Good morning, everyone. Or actually, good evening. It really depends when I will upload this. But yeah, I'm back with another makeup tutorial, and I think I'll call like a first impression makeup tutorial type of thing because I'm using a lot of new products for me. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy this tutorial, this video, and let's get started. So I'm starting off with my 3CE eye primer. And this one really reminds me of the Too Faced eye primer, the Shadow Insurance. It's colorless, it works the same, it actually works really good on my eyelids. But because it is, transparent, I wanted to conceal my discoloration on my eyelids. So I used a little bit of this Mimi Box concealer. This is concealer in number 1, Vanilla. And the texture of this one reminds me a lot of the MAC Pro Longwear. So if you like MAC Pro Longwear, the opacity, the consistency, you will love this one as well. Now for today, I'm using this palette from Etude House, the Play Color Eyes palette in the Cafe. Now I said many times before, I'm not a big fan of the matte eyeshadows from like Korean matte eyeshadows. Because they're very powdery, but at the same time they're not as opaque as I would want them to be. So I don't care about the powderiness, I care more about the pigment and how they blend. And these don't perform as nice as I want them to perform. As you saw, I use that cream color all over my eyelid as always, and then I use a transition color, this warmer brown type of color with my Hakko, the J5522 brush. And now with my MAC 224, I'm just blending, the transition color on my brow bone a little bit so I don't have any harsh lines. And now I will use a cream shadow from Aritown. This is the Shine Fix Eyes in number 16, which is just a beautiful gold, like a pure gold type of shade. And I'm using this as a base for the next eyeshadow from the palette, which is this shimmery golden eyeshadow. And I actually like the texture of this one, and I like the texture of the other two shimmery shades that are in this palette. And I'm applying this with my finger because I can control the opacity and I can apply the just the pigment better. Okay, now for my eyeliner, I will use the multi-liner in the color, I think it's the color D Black. It's the blackest color they have. And this is my holy grail, all-time favorite liquid eyeliner. It is a Japanese brand. It has a brush tip applicator. The formula is amazing, super long lasting, super black, and very opaque, as you can see. And it's just very easy to work with. Like, that brush applicator is really good. And you can find this eyeliner, of course, if you live outside Japan, on amomoko.com and on cdjapan.com. I mean, these are the sites that I use usually when buying Japanese makeup products. And then I will apply a little bit of mascara, and I will use my BCL mascara because I love that stuff. And I'm not sure how it's called because all these Asian names are ridiculous, are very long and very complicated, so I always forget how the makeup products are called. But I use this many times in my tutorial, and it's one of my favorite Japanese mascara. And for the lashes, I will use the Eskido lashes in Voila because I don't have any Asian false lashes. And for my brows, I will use this Tint My Brows from Etude House. This is in the color Grey Brown, and I'm just applying this in some areas where I don't have a lot of hair. Now for foundation, I'm using this Laneige Cushion Foundation. This is in number 21, and I'm applying this with my beauty blender because it's just easier for me. But I would say that the sponge applicator that comes with this foundation, it's still pretty good. So if you use that, it's okay. It's not a bad sponge applicator. And this is actually my second favorite cushion foundation after the J1 cushion foundation. It's not as dewy as the other cushion foundation that I tried, and also it looks very, very nice on the skin. Very nice, very natural. And I'm using the I'm concealer from Mimi Box. This one, as I mentioned, reminds me a lot of the Pro Longwear concealer from MAC. It has great coverage, and also it's very long lasting, and it has the same like consistency, a little bit on the thicker side, a little bit on the drier side, but because of that lasts a very long time. So I like this one. I like the Pro Longwear concealer, so I like this one as well. And I'm setting a little bit the cushion foundation with some powder from Vanilla Co. And I'm applying a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. Now I'm using as a highlight and as a contour these two shades from the Pony Effect Fabulous palette, face palette. And as I said before in some other tutorials, I think this is a great contouring shade, one of the best contouring shade that you can find on the Korean beauty market, because I've tried some other ones and I don't like them. And the highlighter is also very nice. Now moving on to the bottom eyelid, I'm using the same transition shade I used in the crease, which is this warmish type of brown, and I'm blending it with a Hakoda J5523 brush. I'm applying a little bit of Aritaum Shine Fix Size and a little bit of that very sparkly eyeshadow from Etude House, and some mascara, of course. Now for the lips, I'm using a very nice product. This is a Hamish lip crayon thing. I will leave the name in the description box. It's in O2 Scarlet Star. It's just a perfect dupe for the NARS velvet lip pencils, matte lip pencils. Super opaque, as you can see, and it has that like matte finish. I love this. I need more in my life. You can find this on stylekorean.com. I will leave the links in the description box. It's just amazing. So that's it. This is the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching this, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.